Yo, good morning, good morning. I'm out here on this beautiful morning. It's like 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. It's a chill 60 degrees right now. Perfect day for skating. Got my board, got my black coffee. Here at the skate park. Yes, sir. But yeah, today's gonna be a chill sesh, and I'm gonna give you some advice on just how to go about being a beginner skater at a later age. Or you might just be coming back to skating after a long break, or maybe you haven't done it since you were a kid like me. So stay tuned. All right. So the first tip is to find your daily skate time. Now today's my day off. So ideally on your days off or whatever day you have the most time, you want to set a good chunk of time aside of that day to skate. Like, you don't gotta skate all day, but you should take at least an hour or 2 hours to skate if you really wanna progress. Like for me, it's about 12 p.m. right now, but I got up around 6 a.m., did my little morning stuff, and then I got to the skate park by 9, and I skated for a couple hours. Now I'm just chillaxing a little bit. And then on your regular days, you're still gonna want to carve out 20, 30 minutes a day to practice. I know life's busy, but skating's not easy, man. You got to put in the time to get your muscle memory down, to work on things. It just depends on how serious you want to be. Like if it's more just a chill hobby thing, you want to go to the park and really have a chill sesh, then cool. You don't have to do it all that often, but if you really want to progress, I mean, you probably got to do it as much as you can. I would say every day, and then take a couple days of rest whenever you need it. Treat it like your daily reset, like a little therapy session. It's time to get out, let loose, have fun, and just work on stuff, man. And trust me, ever since I started doing it every day, it's really helped my mental, my physical, everything. The next step is you want to find yourself a solid setup. You're coming back into this thing for the first time in a while. That old setup in the garage that your dad gave you when you were a kid, it's probably not going to do it. You want to get a solid skateboard from a skate shop and take the time to research what's going to be best for you. I think most importantly, find a deck that feels comfortable on your feet. If you're a bigger guy like me, I would suggest a size 9. Like this is a 9-inch width weekend, and I feel very comfortable on this. And I got 8.75 size trucks. Typically, you want to match the truck size with your board size. If you're a smaller dude, then you might like an 8.25 or maybe even an 8. But like I said, just go to a skate shop, step on the board. Maybe if you have a friend at the skate park, maybe try their board and see how you like it. I found that bigger boards can be pretty good for beginners because they're typically more stable. You could put more of your foot on the board. Another thing I've been figuring out on my own beginner journey is the wheels. As far as wheels, I think the most important thing is the hardness of the wheel. In my opinion, softer wheels are better if you're just starting out because softer wheels give you more grip, more control. So these wheels right here are the Pal Peralta Nano Cubics 93A Dragon formula. So 93A is solid because they feel good on the skate park and they also feel good on streets. So wherever you're practicing, if it's a parking lot, if it's your driveway, backyard, or skate park, 93As are gonna feel pretty good. And I recommend the Dragon formula. But it all comes down to preference and where you want to skate at. If you do decide to get harder wheels, those work best on smoother grounds. As far as trucks, when it comes to trucks, I recommend getting the trucks that turn the best, which are going to be Independence or Slappy trucks as well. I never tried Ace, but those are notoriously loose trucks, so probably don't get those as a beginner. Or if you do, just tighten them down. The reason why I suggest Independence or Slappies is because, like I said, they turn well. Having an easier turn is better if you're starting out. You'll feel like you have more control over the board. You'll be able to dodge little things like pebbles and twigs and stuff like that better. Not to say you can't do that on trucks like Ventures or Thunders and stuff like that. But I think as a beginner, you want to just make things easier on yourself. You don't want to think about too much, And another bonus tip for big guys, like myself, you're gonna need to switch out your bushings. I'm telling you right now. Just go and get the Bones bushings. These are the bushings, if you don't know already. You want to switch them out because stock bushings are typically 90 durometer, and after a while of, you're probably going to be tightening your trucks because you're new or you want more stability. And if you weigh more, bushings are going to wear down a lot faster. They're going to crush, and then they're not going to be stable anymore. So right away, when you get your trucks, I would go with the hard bushings. Bones fit really good with independents and slappies. I've tried them myself. But be careful because some bushings don't fit as good with certain trucks. So, but like I said, Bones fit really good with independents and slappies, guaranteed. So yeah, just to recap, get a solid board that fits you. Get some solid trucks. I recommend independents or slappies. And a good wheel, in my opinion, would be 93A Dragons or whatever wheel you want, but that's my recommendation. As far as bearings, in my opinion, don't matter too much. Like, as long as you don't get like your bearings from Temu, you're probably gonna be good. Get you some $20 bearings and you'll be solid. Bones Reds, probably the recommendation of most skaters. So now I'm just leaving the grocery store. Made a little Whole Foods run, trying to eat cleaner. But yeah, skating has really been motivating me to just live a healthier lifestyle, because, you know, it'll definitely be easier when I weigh less, easier on my joints, you know, easier to actually maneuver the board. So that's been the real cool thing about me getting more into skating too. All right, so my third tip is humble out. This one was a hard one for me. It's not a race. Take your time, learn the basics, and don't compare yourself to others. That's a big one. Because you started later, you're not going to be able to pick up an ollie as quick as a little kid. You're not going to be able to jump down stair sets like teenagers, dudes in their 20s. Think about it. A lot of people, like a lot of the great skaters today, 8 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old, and they've been skating for like 20 years, 10 years. So if you go to the skate park and you're comparing yourself to them, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, you might be the same age as these guys or older, but you haven't put in the work yet. So do your best to try not to compare yourself to others. It's a new journey. Just learn and enjoy the process of learning something new. I know, like, it's frustrating, and that's how I feel. It's like, dang, I love skating so much. I want to be good at it right away, but that's part of what makes it so rewarding, is trying so hard, failure after failure, and finally getting it done. It just feels that much sweeter. All right, now the next step, focus on fundamentals. This kind of has to do with the being humble tip. When I started out, I thought like, yeah, I need to be able to do this trick by this time. I've been skating for this many months, so I should be able to do this. But then if I can't, when I wasn't able to do that, I felt like, man, I suck at skating. But no, it's not even that. It's just, this really takes a long time to get down, you know? Like, it's the cool thing about skating. It's also one of the things that suck about skating. It's so hard, you know, but once you get it down, you know, you have one of the coolest skills in the world, if not the coolest, you know? Practice just getting on and off the board. Practice balance. Standing on the board with one leg, like this. See how long you can do that. Really practice on getting clean pushes. Most beginners, when you're pushing, you're putting your weight way over here, and your push looks something like this. Like you're limping or something. But you want to practice having your weight over the front of the board. One guy said, treat your board as a boat. Like, you want to stay in the boat. You don't want to be out of the boat. So you want your pushes to look more like that. Then other basics, tic-tacs. Tic-tacs are very underrated. It's something that I myself need to practice more as well. Every session should be working on tic-tacs, balance, pushing. Like, this is all you can focus on for, you know, months, maybe even a year before thinking about tricks, you know. And don't feel like you have to rush yourself into doing tricks. Like just being good at riding around will make tricks come that easier. All right, and the last tip is you gotta have fun. And this is another underrated tip. And it may start out that way, but what happens is there's gonna come a time where you're really focused on just progressing and trying to get better. And when that hits a stalemate, you're gonna feel like, man, like I'm not having a lot of fun because I can't do the tricks I wanna do. Trying it over and over and just can't get it down. So it's easy to get frustrated and lose the fun. I think that's also where a lot of people just quit skateboarding because it doesn't come so easy. So that's why I say you have to balance the fun. Like what I like to do is three to 4 days out of the week, I'm just really trying to focus on specific skills and progress. But one or two times out of the week, I go to the skate park and I don't really work on anything. Like I just skate around and just, have fun. Like for me, I have the most fun on transitions. And what I mean by transitions is obstacles like banks, going down small banks. Like I don't really drop in or anything or do bowls, but I'm learning how to carve. I'm learning how to kick turn, and just going down banks is fun because, you pick up a lot of speed. You don't got to push, which helps older beginners, bigger beginners. It's less work on your body. You're just kind of coasting. So that's what I like to do. Or just cruise, like, get some cruiser wheels. If you're in the Bay Area, like me, you might know San Leandro Marina, like a bunch of water and a bunch of trails. I went there before and just cruised around, super fun. But yeah, always keep fun in it. Don't stress yourself out. At the end of the day, like this is a hobby, it's supposed to be fun. You don't want to stress yourself out trying to get so good at it. All right, if you made it to the end of the video, you're getting a bonus tip. Yeah, the bonus tip is to post your progress. Post on social media. I know what you're thinking, like, man, it's intimidating as a beginner to post yourself online. There's a lot of benefit. Even if you don't want to post yourself, you got to at least record yourself. Definitely record yourself, because going back and looking at your own film will help you look and see spots you can improve. Or if you did something and it felt good, you can go back and look and see exactly how your body was, or how to position your feet. Yeah, I highly recommend posting on social media, because like for me, like I just did it. Like I wasn't thinking anything would come from it. What I saw was I started getting lots of comments of people giving me advice. Like that's very underrated. If you don't have a friend or someone that skateboards, then you're not gonna have a lot of opportunities for people to help you. For me, I don't have anyone that in my circle that really skates, so I can't just go to someone and be like, hey, can you help me with this? There's not a lot of encouragement there either. But if you're posting online, I've learned that I've been able to tap in with the skate community, and the skate community is pretty awesome. As a beginner, you might think like it might be toxic, and in ways it might have been toxic in the past, but I think it's, from my experience, it's been pretty good. Comments are filled with people giving me advice because they see me grinding every day. They want to help me get better. And honestly, like I would say 98% of the comments that I get are positive. And of course, like 2% of the time, you're gonna get someone who's, being a jerk, but they wouldn't say that stuff to my face. But most of the time, you're gonna get people that are really trying to help you and give you good constructive criticism and encouragement. Yeah, and also and I think just posting online is, you never know what could come from it. Like I never knew that I would inspire a lot of people to start skating again. Like I get comments all the time that are like, man, I was thinking about skating, but I wasn't quite sure to do it. Then I saw you do it, so then I wanted to do it, Or I get comments that are like, you inspired me to pick up the board again. I haven't done it since I was, X years old, Like that really keeps me going, because I know that a lot of people can relate to me, and I don't want to quit because I want people to see that it's definitely possible, If it wasn't for social media, like that's how I got back into skating. I saw someone skating and I was like, you know what? I want to get back on the board. I haven't done it since I was a kid. And now it keeps going. People are doing the same thing with me. They're looking at me skate and they're like, wow, like now I want to hop on the board. Definitely record yourself. You don't have to post it, but like I said, it's definitely a good benefit and I would strongly recommend it. But yeah, that's it for me. Those are my tips for beginner skaters that are starting later in life. No matter your age, no matter your size, you know, skating's for everybody. But that's it. I'm out. See you guys next time.